digital rights activists are continuing to sound the alarm about the Restrict Act. So now it's officially they're restricting the Emergence of Security Threats and Risk Information and Communications Technology Act, but most people know it as the TikTok ban. But of course, as I mentioned before, they'll do more than just ban TikTok. It actually gives the presidency, the executive branch, and Congress way too much power. Way too much power. So now Congress argues that this is going to, we just need to protect, American citizens from the evil foreign adversaries. The Chinese Communist Party. We got to protect them against that. We got to protect people against, I don't know, Iran. We got to protect people against the, what is it? Pink-haired communists. We just got to protect everybody from the evil others. And we're just going to, take away your rights in order to do so. But that's okay, because you need protection, right? No. Advocates and experts have argued that the act would do very little to protect U.S. citizens from surveillance. I mean, already our government spies on us all the time. And you have entities like Meta, for example, Facebook, that are giving our personal information to police, especially in states where they have banned abortion. They're giving personal data and information for people who might be seeking an abortion to, again, governments and states where they have outlawed abortion. So it's pretty messed up. Definitely messed up. So now, it also, this Restrict Act would give unchecked power to the president, no matter what party they're from, to ban basically any technology or program that he or she wants. So if you're not worried about this under, for example, the Biden, well, think about it. What would happen if someone like Donald Trump were to win in 2024? Or think about the opposite, right? You're conservative and you like True Social and, I don't want big tech government censorship coming in and banning conservative speech. Well, guess what? I don't either. I don't want big tech government censorship coming for conservative speech or for progressive speech. I don't want any of that. And so that's why the Restrict Act is an absolute disaster. And so, look, personally, if I wouldn't want the government using this power to shut down True Social. It would be much better and more hilarious, by the way, if True Social were to fail on its own merits, because it's a trash fire. But anyway, you get my point. So now, you also, under the Restrict Act, could have access to other apps and tech products be restricted, and even worse, this could be used to prosecute individual users, people that use VPNs, for example. Could also be used to ban Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, or again, all these other programs. And again, without any sort of oversight. So yeah, you have TikTok today by the Biden administration. Trump wins, DeSantis wins. Imagine that. Suddenly they're banning, I guess, any platform that is considered to be on the left. Oh, political speech that I don't like. Let's get rid of it. That's what they say. And so, look, this kind of power would be given to the president of the United States and the Department of Commerce. And I think it's way, way, way too much power, especially for people who have no idea what they're doing. They really don't understand the technology. And that's why this is so incredibly dangerous. It's so incredibly vague, and they don't understand the negative, chilling impacts this is going to have on civil liberties and freedom of expression. In fact, the Electronic Frontier Foundation has warned again that Americans could be personally punished, prison time, for using VPNs to get around these bans. They would also have authority to impose mitigation measures without any limitation on what those measures would entail. Also, the Commerce Department would be given authority to go after citizens with criminal penalties, again, for using these mitigation measures. And again, would also allow the Commerce Secretary to demand information from any party to a transaction or holding under review or investigation, which includes user data from companies designated under the bill. So now that actually, funny enough, we're talking about TikTok, we're talking about China. This is literally lifted from Chinese legislation. It's very similar to the data security law used in the People's Republic of China, which is a law that requires all tech companies in China to hand over whatever data they have if and when the Chinese government asks for it. Now, it's pointed out that, oh, well, but we're not as bad as China because there's some confidentiality requirements. But the EFF points out that there could be circumstances where this data could be shared with other government entities. So this is a disaster. It also would allow the Commerce Secretary to review and prohibit certain transactions between individuals in the U.S. and other so-called foreign adversaries. Currently, it's China, Cuba, Iran, North Korea, Russia, and of course, hold.
Venezuela.
But it could be broadened to include anybody that the administration doesn't like. So it really is incredibly vague. The Commerce Secretary would also be permitted to take measures to identify, deter, disrupt, prevent, prohibit, investigate, or mitigate risks from foreign companies. But again, super, super vague. They could ban these companies from operating in the United States without the public knowing the basis for any such ban. So think about it this way. Even companies that primarily, operate or are based in the United States, they don't like a foreign competitor. So they think, well, our business interests, no, that could be impacted. And then, well, could lobby the Commerce Secretary, lobby Congress, get their influence through their lobbyists, through their money, their political donations, in order to get the Commerce Secretary to come up with some BS reason. Oh, it harms the U.S. national interests. It's a security risk. Shut it down. Even if it actually isn't a security risk, and we would never know because they're not required to disclose any reason. It's disastrous. An incredible power grab. And with very, very little oversight. And so, again, this bill, sound the alarm. It's a disaster. It's worse than the Patriot Act. It's the modern version of it. And we got to continue to fight against it. If you care about civil liberties, if you care about freedom of information, freedom of speech, all that stuff, then you'll help fight against this massive, massive power grab, overreaching power grab.